Continuing with my blackhead, with my blackhead watching me, my philosopher behind me, the blackhead. If in fact civilization was an arbitrary construct, and I will think now in terms of intent behind this, I'm going to make a suggestion on this. I will suggest, and this is actually not connected to any kind of nefarious Luciferian, the fallen angel idea of trying to run the joint and all this. I'm going to reduce, in my mind, I'm reducing the intent behind this direction to the concept that I feel is related to possibility. And this is something that when we begin to work within the framework of a mystery that we don't understand, but we have a connection to, a fundamental connection, that is, as I consider to be of a balanced nature, meaning that it actually is in some way making me better to be part of it. The notion of possibility is the intent. The intent behind our direction, how we end up with Fukushima and the possibility of destroying all life, possibility, is actually that we are within a circumstance, existence, that presents itself in infinite formats, in infinite possibilities. And one of them, the result that we are now in, civilization, is an arbitrary construct to direct us toward the possibility of destruction. What I said in my last video, that civilization basically instilled within us a death wish. So in terms of, and I'm trying to be rather detached from this, which is not possible because I am attached to life and the beauty and the magnificence of this mystery, how it unfolds and manifests itself, that the intent, and this is my first step towards articulating this notion, because I'm identifying why we're in the situation that we're in, based from a position of neutrality to becoming, and becoming in a sense that there are many possibilities. Why should we choose this way? Or why should we be seduced into believing, understanding, wanting a death wish? It is possibility. A possibility exists when I mix colors and manifest them in different ways in a painting, whether it's realistic or whichever notion you want to attach to an image that you see. There are infinite possibilities in that sense, but you only have one result. A finished painting is a result, and quite often I'm not convinced that it's finished. I just leave it. I just let it go. So this small segment will be about intent, and I think the first step I'm going to take in articulating this is that the intent is merely possibility. It is not nefarious. It's not something where I feel that there was a grand scheme of misdirecting us into a situation that we're in because blah, 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 blah. And listing again, as I say, the usual suspects. These are outgrowths of possibility. This happens. Now, the crucial part behind understanding intent is that it can be reversed as easily as it began. So if fundamentally we accept or understand, or the way I do, this notion that possibility gave us civilization and its result, it is as easily reversed. This is not a complex, difficult thing to reverse, because there are infinite possibilities, again, in the way we are every day. I mean, we can't be infinite in the sense that we're within a time. We're living within something, a construct that is time. And I'm not able to think myself out of that like no one else. Like no one else has come back from having died. People say that, you know, the experiences of what happens in existence after we leave this bag this bag of blood that we're in, what happens? Nobody has ever come back. So nobody can really say what happens beyond this. We can have, you know, furtive imaginations around it, but there is no proof about that. So I'm not going to delve into that because I'm not qualified, because I've not come back. I don't remember my past lives, none of that. Some people claim they do. But, you know, just let me know where you lost that key. You know, if you lost a key somewhere, go find it. Or, you know, you buried a bunch of gold. Where did you bury it in the previous life? So this is a very brief beginning toward the notion of intent, of why it is we have to face down this ugliness, this monster of Fukushima, and why we are so threatened by all of this, that understanding all the misdeeds and all the complicities and conformity, it began when we drifted, when we allowed our conscience to be displaced, not because there was some satanic evil nature that, or being that influenced, but it was a possibility. And we drifted into this as certain aspects became more appealing. Whatever that might have been, we started to feel that this is a direction that we wanted to go in spite of our better nature, in spite of our knowledge of what we're getting into. We knew exactly what we're getting into, and we chose it. We chose it. We chose it. It's as simple as that. And once this threshold is breached, this threshold towards what civilizations offer us, civilization offers us the possibility of death to everything that we experience, that we consider to be of value. We fundamentally have an attachment to life. Why do you breathe? Why do you bother breathing? Because there is a quality within us which makes us breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Why does that exist? Why is this autonomous, apparently autonomous nature in us to breathe in and breathe out and to live? Of course, it's all threatened by the nuclear pollution that is being created to the extent that this will have a completely devastating effect to all life on this planet. But the idea that this was planned, in my mind, the intent behind this is possibility of our nature. And this actually fortifies and confirms within me, when I think about this, that what is inspiring, or what makes me say this, is that it can be changed to the other ways, that are possible, as easily as it seems it was constructed. Now, when I say easily, it took, it looks like, in terms of history, it's 6,000 years of recorded history, which is also a bunch of hooey. So the world is not what it appears to be on every level. So history itself, as far as I understand, is much shorter than 6,000 years. But I'll just go with the usual suspects, and I'll say that over the last 6,000 years, which relative to existence is a drop in the bucket, we have accepted this direction from the basic premise of possibility. So if I accept this, I will also be able to say, well, if this is possible, this is possible. A simple intent. This is the intent behind why we are facing down what we're facing down.